there at the end. That was a surprise. That song is actually called Slot Machines. 吃饺子老虎为什么会用吃饺子老虎来做这个主题呢？还蛮有趣的，不这就是严爵的 style. And he's our special guest right here on ICRT. Welcome back, my bro.
Hello, Joseph. Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Good to be back.
Brand new album that you've been hatching for, is it like 2 years or so?
2 years, that's right.
It has been, right?
Yeah, my number 5 is called Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Why 5?
Why 5? Yeah.
Why 5? Not Wi-Fi, but why 5?
Right.
Okay.
Y as in Yenje. Yenje 5.
Yeah. That's your name. And Thanksgiving, though, it's interesting because, the first time I saw the cover, I'm like, okay, that's 4 months away. You're really planning ahead of time here. But you're not necessarily talking about the holiday Thanksgiving. You're just talking about continue to give and give and give, because one of the title tracks is called Ichigema.
Right.
Right. And that's the basic idea behind here.
That's the whole concept of the album.
Right.
I think you need to be thankful before you can give out anything. Because if you're not thankful for what you have, then you just want to keep having more. You're just like, oh, I want this, I want that. But if you're thankful and grateful for what you have, then you can start giving. So it's like thanks and giving. That's the concept. And we just name it Thanksgiving for the fun factor.
Right, yeah. And that fun factor could last for 4 months, because then we can use this.
I can have the Thanksgiving concert.
When Thanksgiving comes around, exactly. but even though it may be cliche, what you just said, you got to thank first before you give.
Yeah.
But really think about that. Ponder on that idea, everyone, okay? Because a lot of times we like giving. We do. But I think half of the time when we give something, we might be expecting something in return.
Right.
You give something to someone. You give love to someone. You expect love in return. You give a gift to someone. Some people may expect, some favors back.
Especially in the Chinese culture.
Chinese culture, yeah. That's the whole, the basis for marriage and red envelopes too, right?
Right.
Yeah. 哦，你上次包红包是2800，好，下次我就要包2800以上。
Or 吃喜酒。
吃喜酒, right? But if you're very thankful and you're just giving for the sake of being thankful, that's the true essence of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and that's what I've come to realize in the past 2 years. I'm really thankful for having the opportunity to make music my career, and I have like an awesome record label that really focuses on the music and not the business side of things.
Right.
And they gave me like a 2-year vacation, basically to go back to California and just let me rest and think about what happened in the last 4 years. Because I think 小巨蛋 was a milestone for me.
Okay, yeah.
So after that, I wrote a book. It's called 爵士人生.
This I did not know, and my bad that I'm ignorant on this. But what? It's called 爵士人生.
It's called 爵士人生, and it's like me asking myself. It's kind of philosophical. I'm asking myself a lot of questions. It's like what does a 25-year-old man really need right now, and what is most important to me? How do I define success? Okay. And I started thinking like 4 years ago when I entered this industry, success for me was to become a singer-songwriter, like to have my songs played on radio. Okay, yeah. That was my definition. Sure. 4 years later, it's like I did all that. So what's next? And then I stopped thinking about what I want next, and I'm just like, wait. So I've accomplished all these things. Like I've had these opportunities passed to me, and I've caught on to all of them. And I became so grateful for everything that I own. So Thanksgiving, the concept comes out. I'm like, okay, it's time to give back to the record label, to my fans, to people who listen to my music. Right.
It's not easy to achieve what you just said there, especially at that age, because we're talking about your early 20s to 25 and now a little bit beyond that.
Now 27.
Now 27. And that's when, to anybody in any career, you're trying to gain more and trying to, even though you may have a short-term 5-year goal, but once you achieve it, you just want to, you be greedy greedy and want more. You know, maybe some people gauge it by, you know, how much money they make, their income, you know. I'm at, you know, 33K right now. I need to be at 45. I need to be at 60. When you're at 60, you're like, no, I need to be at 100, which is a good thing. But sometimes you get lost in that, you know.
Definitely.
And so I think you have, you know, touched bases with your own self, your own, you know, soul and your own thoughts.
Yeah. I've gotten to know a bit more about the 27-year-old Yanjay.
Yeah.
And I've not had time to really go talk to myself or explore myself. Yeah.
Do you feel older than 27 now? Or
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do,
like you know, it's like now I can go back to Kaohsiung, 我老家.
Yes.
And I can sit down with my dad and just like open up a can of beer and just have a real like men's talk. Like it's not like he's my dad anymore. It's like we can talk like two adults.
Okay.
And I love that.
Okay.
And it's like that makes me kind of want to have a kid soon also. Because I'm like, when I'm my dad's age, I wish I can have like my son that's doing that.
Right.
And like, we can go play golf together and play some mahjong.
Yeah. Wow, you're exposed to these thoughts that I think normally men don't until they're 30 or and beyond, or even like in Taipei, I think a lot of, you know, men still want to stay single until they're 40. You know? But I guess, you know, that it is a good experience, and I experienced that with my dad about, you know, just 3 or 4 years ago. Basically after, you know, my mom passed away, and then I had a chance to really touch bases with my dad on a friendship level, rather than
friendship level,
right? Rather than a dad and a son, and then you start to realize that, wow, how come this never happened earlier? Especially at my age, I'm much older. You know, I feel like it should have happened at your age right now. It took me another 10 years before that happened. You know, so
I'm thankful.
Feel fortunate about that too, right? But the song we just heard, 吃饺子老虎, what is this all about? You know?
Slot machine. It's about it's like every time I release an album, it's like I'm buying a lottery ticket, or it's like playing the slot machine.
Okay.
I never know what's gonna happen when my album release. Especially like my second album, I didn't know it was gonna be that different from. It was gonna be that life changing compared to my first one. It's like I started having like paparazzi problems and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of worried about the fifth one. I'm just like, okay, this is another round of slot machine. I don't know how my life is gonna change, but I'm ready. I'm like charged, and let's see where Wi-Fi takes me. And so that's the opening song for the album.
I see. Kind of in the spirit of what you expect from some of the albums before, and now this one as well. But did you know that the slot machine at a casino is your best bet in winning money? Really?
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
It's not blackjack?
No. They say slot machines actually have the best return if you stay at the slot machine long enough. I think you have to stay a whole day there, and
for the odds to play out.
But
it's very interesting.
Of course, there are other games like poker. I don't know if you play poker.
I love poker.
You know, there's some skills involved there, bluffing and reading people's minds. So that's different. Set aside that kind of game,
right? Where you're not directly against the house, you're against other players.
No. Just talking about things like roulette and like this. You know, slot machines actually gives you the best return. So this might be a great way to describe that. You know, it's not one of those lopsided odds for you.
Right, like lottery ticket.
Yeah, like the lottery ticket. All right, we're going to take a short break right now, and then we got more music from Yanjue's latest album right here on ICRT, so don't touch that dial. ICRT FM 100， 有没有感觉他有在玩他的音乐，但玩得非常有气质，玩得非常想要释放，但是又收回的感觉。其实这首歌还蛮有所谓现在喜欢玩一些 EDM 元素哦。我们讲 EDM 其实也要不要说是要听懂字的音乐，就是反正说电子元素的东西现在是非常广为接受了。
Electro dance music.
Yeah. And
that's the trend.
So this got kind of like elements of that.
Elements,
just elements of it. But instrumentation wise, you love, you know, experimenting with these.
Just the past year, I've been getting to DJ stuff and learning about EDM.
Yeah.
I was kind of against it just because like it was so popular.
Yes, too mainstream, right?
Too mainstream. I kind of want to stray away from that for my fourth album.
Okay.
But then like when Wi-Fi came around, and it was still the most popular kind of music. I'm like, okay, it's time to learn what this is all about. And so I learned about the drop, like the whole excitement of like
the drop. I can't believe you mentioned that. Yanjie knows about the drop for party goers. You know, I don't know if you do you know there's a skit. I mean, you know, Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
Yeah, and they did a skit once.
Avicii.
Was it Avicii? I don't know who they were trying to portray, but you know,
the bass drop.
The bass drop. Yeah. And everyone's waiting for it, and people start exploding right when the drop happened because it's just
that was a good one.
Yeah, it was a good one, and it's so true. You know, there's some people who are there just for that, and they don't care about anything else. You know? And
so in LA, I'm like, okay, I need to learn about what this drop is all about. So I went to a dubstep party, and so you can imagine like the dubstep drops are like the hardest drops. You know, like your whole body starts like shivering and stuff. And like, so I'm like, okay, so that's EDM. And I went back to the studio, and I got myself like a turntable, and I'm like, okay, so let's do some remixes. 我把我原本写好的歌 they're all ballads. I'm like, how do I make this ballad EDM? But I didn't want it to be like that hard. I didn't want it still needed to be touching and sensitive.
Okay, gotcha.
So something was like the first product of that.
And yeah, like I said, you know, you can hear it coming. And when you mentioned that, okay, there's a drop, and I'm waiting for a drop, but there is no drop really. Is there? Well, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, there's like that like Chinese flute thing. Yeah.
That could be.
That's the drop.
That could be the drop if it's done in another string instrument, you know, like one of the standard EDM strings that they use.
Yeah, I mean, if you listen to this, listen to me perform this live, like that part is where the bass drops down, and you can really feel the sub. Yeah.
I'm gonna continue to play another song right here, and this I guess suppose is the title track of the album because it's all about continue giving and Thanksgiving. So ICRT is what we're listening to right here, and like I was mentioning, you know, Yanjie actually plays a lot of different instruments. And now, you know, learning elements of EDM and DJing, and
it's a whole new world.
Right, and dubsteps. If there's only one, if you can name one instrument that you want to stay away from, that you're like, oh, I don't
stay away from.
Yeah, what would it be? Because I think you get involved in so many different kind of instruments. It's hard to.
This is a hard question. I kind of want to learn them all.
You do, right? It's
I mean, probably not as interested in picking up a tuba.
Okay.
It's kind of heavy, and you know, it's hard to carry around. And if you want to check in at an airport, it's kind of a pain.
That's true too.
Yeah.
The same thing can be said about cello. That's huge and big, but
but cello is kind of
it's still
it is a pretty good classic instrument. Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah. Trombone. That makes sense. Unless you're gonna be joining a band or something. Right,
and like tuba could be cool. Just tuba, like I saw Justin Timberlake use one in his band, like the Tennessee Kids, and it was awesome. Like how he used the tuba as a bass.
Right. Yeah.
So I guess all instruments are good if you know how to use them.
You can always be creative with it, right, and find new uses.
If you're a good musician, any instrument is cool.
Right, exactly. In the last 2 years, we've been waiting for Yanjie's latest album. Now the fifth one is out. It's called it's Y5, but it's Thanksgiving. In the last 2 years, of course, you got to take a vacation, like you described it, and you want to thank your record label, BN, to be able to allow you to do that. But there must have been low points and high points in those 2 years.
Yeah.
What would it be during those 2 years?
Well, definitely less applause, less like less of more fans.
Less of more fans.
Like,
okay.
You know, if I'm in Taiwan, my fans keep like gradually like become more and more. They grow.
Right.
But those 2 years, like, there's less of that.
Right.
And I kind of think that it's a good balance. There's a Chinese proverb. It's like 在高处享受掌声，在低处享受人生.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think those past 2 years, I'm like enjoying my life. and not like my stage life and like the interactions with fans and getting more fans, getting more popular. It's a different world, and they're both good and important. I think I need the stage world to support my other world, which is like I think more time with family and my old friends from back in California.
Right. So during those 2 years, you got to catch up with those people, of course. But at the same time, you wrote like 200 and plus demos.
That's what the record label accumulated, yeah.
Right, and we're only hearing a few here on this album, so I wonder what happened to all the rest.
Still in my computer, in my hard drive.
Yeah. Can be used in the future, of course.
Right. When the time is right.
Of course. But I like that line you just mentioned. 在人生的
在高处享受
掌声，在低处享受人生。I'm trying to figure out a rhyme in English. I'm thinking something about enjoy the applause when you're at your peak. Enjoy the applause when you're at your peak, but enjoy the pause when you're at the low.
Yeah,
something like that.
Something like that. It kind of rhymes too.
Yeah, it kind of rhymes. The applause and the pause. It's very important stuff in life in order to continue on to come up with newer stuff as well. ICRT is what we're hearing right here on ICRT. Yandre, are you going to be doing a lot of gigs coming up?
Yeah.
Well, hold on to the thought. Okay. Well, let's enjoy the rest of the song, and then we'll get back to our listeners with where you're going to be for sure. Yeah， 既然叫严爵，真的是不能少爵士的元素在你的音乐里面，每一张一定要有的啦。
这首是 Jazz Rock.
Jazz Rock, yeah. I love this song. This is one of my favorite songs on the album.
Thank you.
Because I like something more upbeat usually, you know.
More lively.
But of course, you know, when I go to the KTVs, I love singing your ballads too. You know, K 歌还是会常 K 你的歌。
Thank you.
Last time, let's really talk about this song. It's called 没有不可能的事我看你在 CD 上面放进去英文我一直很喜欢这句话 Impossible is nothing 通常我们听到的是 Nothing is impossible
Right
你知道这两个其实是不一样的意思吗我不知道当时你们这样子写下来有没有这样子的意味
I wrote it just because it sounded cooler.
It sounded cooler, huh? It does sound cooler. Yeah. Impossible is not. Nothing is impossible. It's more like I think it's you're kind of living away from reality. Like you say, nothing is impossible. You can brush it off, you know. But the truth is, there are certain things that are just impossible.
Right.
So when you say nothing is impossible, you're not accepting the fact that there are things impossible.
Right.
You're just being very egoistic sometimes. Just like, nothing is impossible.
Yeah, kind of ignorant.
You could be ignorant.
Right.
You know? But when you reverse it, impossible is nothing.
Awesome.
You acknowledge that this is impossible, but it's not going to bother you, and who cares? And you're
I see.
over it.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Okay, right? Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna start saying that's why I use that English name.
Yeah. 没有不可能的事就其实是比较 nothing is impossible. 所以如果 impossible is nothing 是说不可能的事没什么。
没有什么大不了。
没有什么大不了。对。
Yeah.
But anyways, I was going to say last time I saw Yandre on stage was when he joined MP 魔幻力量. He was a special guest, and I happened to be part of that. You know, I opened up the MC part.
MC,
yeah, for them. It was my pleasure. And then you, because you wrote
I wrote the lyrics to Rock
Zombie. Yeah. So it makes sense that you made an appearance and performed and
I had a lot of fun.
Did a little dance with them.
Like I don't really dance anymore, but for MP I'll dance.
Yeah. So last time I saw you on stage was then, but now people want to see you on stage. They can come to some of your singing sessions.
That's right. This part I'm gonna use 中文
Chinese 中文咯。
沿着 WiFi 一直给专辑签唱会。 8月1号星期六下午2点半在台中新时代购物中心，那天的晚上6点半在台南的南方公园。隔天8月2号星期日下午3点在台北武铁秋叶原。8月8号星期六在世界好大趴的靠近舞台。那个就是南港展览馆那边。
等一下，这个就不太一样了。刚刚前面都比较签唱会，突然间来一个这个超级犀利趴的东西。
对，我有一点自己的演唱，然后但是最大的演唱呢是在8月15号。
OK，
个人秀是叫五言六绝新歌演唱会，在松烟1号仓库。
So that's gonna be your next like full concert, sort of.
Yeah, actually I came from band rehearsal
just now.
Yeah, for this show.
OK， 8月15号。那其实只有2个礼拜而已了。Yeah, it's pretty quick. But in the meantime, on the weekends, you'll be able to catch 严爵 over at different cities, including Tainan, that was just in. Taichung, yeah. Plus over at the 这个 Super which is just a 转角处这样子哦。
Right, it's a 靠近舞台. It's a different stage.
Okay.
All the details you can come onto my Facebook called 爵士人生方式的事 and I'll give you all the details.
不过大家最期待的应该是五言六绝 ，right？ 8月15号。哎呀，可惜我那时候在 Los Angeles vacationing. But I'll save your next concert for sure. Save the date for you.
It's maybe Thanksgiving.
There you go. I would love that. This track you're hearing right now features a 师妹 of yours.
Right. Her name is Peace.
这位我不熟悉耶。
She is 秘密武器。
真的啊
？Yeah. She's really good at dancing, and she's got an awesome voice. You can hear it coming up right here. Yeah, she's very young. I think she's like 10 years younger than me.
Okay.
Maybe not that much, but she looks like tiny. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not that she's like short, but yeah, she looks like young.
We'll find out soon.
Yeah, we'll find out.
I mean, is this the first time she got herself involved on a public, produced and released album?
Debut of Peace.
Okay. No one haven't heard about her yet, but we will be hearing more because your company, I'm sure, will have her on different stuff.
Yeah, I might produce a few songs for her.
There you go. Song's called Ching Ching Lightly, and that comes to the tail end of our show tonight. It's 7:56 right now. Yandre, thank you so much for being here, man.
Thank you, Joseph. Always have a great vacation.
Always a pleasure to catch up with you. All right? I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.